I'm here, Wayne. I wasn't. I wasn't ignoring you.
No, no, no. Thank you. I was actually was working for my old company, and there's a little tailgate safety meeting. I had to make sure I was up to date from our
Oh
men.
yeah, no problem.
Right.
No problem.
So, yeah. So my thoughts are: so first things first. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
is a report was filed, and you're doing the due diligence. And really, I don't need to produce anything until someone needs to bring something to me
Right.
and bring me everything in writing and what was brought forward and who's my accuser. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Absolutely. And the only reason I stated that you should write it all down is so that you're prepared in case it goes that far, and then you already have it all written down,
Yeah.
and how it goes down. But go ahead.
Well, until I bring the events that occurred, how they went down, it encompasses 3 jurisdictions. So technically, to separate the 3, we got to take one at a time. You know what I mean?
Well,
So,
that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to reel
yeah,
this thing back into California.
right. So all I know is, I mean, I have the events. Did you get, okay, so I could write this, but a personal thing is I was working for Paul's. We came back. He said he had to file a report. I went into his house, and Vicky asked me for 3 entries on the PayPal account, which were tied to my credit card. So that was April 10th. On April 12th, I provided them to Paul, which I don't know why he was in it in state, you know what I mean, state business as a federal volunteer at the peacekeeping task force. But I gave him 3 entries of information for the petty cash PayPal. That's all I asked for Paul, and he's been holding it, or I haven't. The assembly nor the treasurer was given it. And do you have that information yet or not?
Yes, I have some information. I have some
Good.
of the entries and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so there were 3 entries. Hopefully you got my answer to them. Did you get those?
I think I have the email communications and stuff that went down. See, that's part of. Remember, that's
Good.
their evidence. I guess is the word. Their evidence, and so we're trying to put that all together. And so I'm at the stage where I made the announcement to the assembly. Anybody that has donated any money in any shape or form, and to whom it was, please let me know. I have gotten a few responses. All right.
Okay, that's fine.
And so what we're going to try to do is going to try to tie those donations into deposits that were made. I think PayPal, if they made it by PayPal, then PayPal is PayPal, and that sort of thing. I don't know how we go beyond that, but I mean, donations that were made and seeing how they tie into the deposits that you've made into a bank account or whatever the case is, and then try to decide how that is, if it's significant, if it isn't significant, if I feel like it should go to the grand jury based on everything, if this thing can be settled peacefully, it can be talked about. That's the best way, Wayne.
Exactly, whatever the assembly wants. I was forthright with information from day one. Here's what you asked for. Here's what I gave.
Okay,
If
so
there's
this
other
means
accusations, that's fine. Just bring it forward, and that's all I want. The people, the assembly, the people need to make the decision.
right, exactly,
Not me,
and
not
so
Paul, not. You know what I mean?
yeah, well, no, that he's not going to make any decision. He's filed an incident report. He's given me his evidence. I'm examining that. I'm just trying to do the investigation on that to see if it amounts to a hill of beans or not.
There you go.
Okay? If it doesn't amount to a hill of beans, you don't have anything to worry about.
Right.
Okay?
Well,
But if
fine. So
but if
here's
the
my,
go ahead.
here's my question. What is I'm okay with whatever you're doing. What is the time frame? Because once this is taken care of, I mean, outside of what you're doing, I don't know if you're aware, but Paul sent out slandering emails as if I was guilty before ever proven innocent. And it was very harmful. And I need to do to protect me.
I understand.
Absolutely.
I understand.
So,
that might be stage 2.
Yeah, right.
Maybe it can all be, maybe when this is all said and done, it can all be handled in one meeting. Depends on how far you want to take it. And
all I know is my only bottom line is clearing Wayne Whomsley's name.
Okay, well then.
I want to walk. You know what I mean?
And whatever that means, it may not just mean. Assuming everything that you're saying is true, that
correct.
And that in the settlement of that is not just for him to say, "Well, I'm sorry, Wayne, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry I slandered you." Maybe the result is he's got to send out the same email saying, "I apologize to the assembly and to Wayne publicly for my malfeasance," or whatever the word is. That's healing a name.
There we go.
Okay? That's in the overall 30,000 foot view of this whole thing. What we want is peace. What we want is to make sure that the people are protected and their assets are protected. That's what we're supposed to do. Protect the people in honor and in peace. And if people aren't acting honorably, I don't know if we're going to be able to get to an end result without taking it to the fullest extent of the law, so to speak, which is not my intention. My intention is, and speaking on a third-party situation, that if you are guilty or Paul's guilty of slandering you for something that is innocent, then he has to make amends for that. He has to act honorably. If you are guilty, if you will, of everything that he's accusing you of, then you say, "Well, I'm innocent." Then we got to take it on as far as it goes and let the jury decide. But if you say, "Okay, you're right, I screwed up a little bit here, and I'm really, really sorry," and we say, "Okay, how are you going to make amends for that, Wayne? Let's get this thing." That's what we want to do. That's what I want to do.
There you go.
And once it's in my hands, it's out of their hands. Okay? So now I'm responsible for it. How far this is going to go, I made a commitment to the assembly that I would be making the announcement of the thing I told you about the donations over the course of a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of weeks of assembly meetings, if you will. Okay? And let's see what comes back in, and then try to match it up, and hopefully forthwith then I can come to you and say, "This is what our discovery has discovered." You know?
That's all I want. Just, hey, give it to me in writing, show me what the facts are, and then I will tell you my truth. What do you do? That's all I want. I'm an amends guy. I mean, I've been doing living amends and other amends for 22 years now.
Well,
I've been sober 12 steps for a long time.
Okay, well, praise God. Thank you. That's good. I mean, that's an amazing thing, That is amazing, And so my hat's off to you for that. And I thank the Lord and I pray that you continue on that pathway, because we know the enemy comes in to cheat, to steal, destroy, to tempt, to do everything that he wants to do, to destroy you, But let me just say this too, Wayne, is that I've been a sheriff now I've been papered up since April 11th. How long is that? May, June, 2.5 months? And now I'm the sitting sheriff of Los Angeles County. I've never been a sheriff. I'm doing investigations now that I never thought I would ever be doing. But let me tell you this, okay? And I've told this to a lot of people. That doesn't mean that I'm an idiot. And it doesn't mean that I don't know what the hell I'm doing, because I have 71 years of experience in life with people. I've been presidents of nonprofit organizations. I've seen people cheat and steal and do all kinds of things. And, we just trust people. And so I go, oh my gosh, okay, I'm not going to be in this position, Wayne, as the sheriff, doing an investigation, being really naive and stupid. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the entire assembly. I watch, I'm in those meetings, and I'm listening. And I'm watching people because I know actions. I know I can read when there's a dysfunction. I know when it comes under the color of peace and love and harmony and honor and all that. And the whole time they're trying to disrupt the meeting. They're trying not to let things go forward. They they speak over each other, yet at the same time they're saying rules of order, rules of order, rules of order. And at the same time they're disrupting the meeting. Okay? So I'm not naive, so I just watch. And I don't say much, I just watch. Because my job is to protect the people and its assets.
There you go.
That's my job.
It's funny. I mean, Anna says it very well. Even the justice of the peace, we think this judge is all that. Is we are supposed to just, if we go to our intuitive thought or action where God resides, our principles of living, and we make decisions from there, we're way much better off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It removes all the ego and the pride and the anger and resentment, and it's just pure balance to me. That's the way I see it. So I believe you can do it well.
Well, I'm going to do the best I can, but it's not going to be because I feel like I've made a decision or a judgment against one or the other. I am making sure that you are treated fairly, honestly, and if the time comes that you have to give your truth, your evidence of your truth, then that's the way it is. And if it has to go to the grand jury, then you can face your accuser at that point. Then you can give your evidence and let them decide which way it goes, because that's the way we're supposed to do it. And I'm going to be absolutely neutral in this situation. I absolutely am.
That's what I mean. All I want is our du jour. You know what I mean?
Sure, absolutely.
Give me my innocent of proven guilty. Give me my due process, and if it's given to me, it will be given to everybody because we are Americans.
Right.
That's all I want. You know. Awesome. I'm so glad I called you, and I was going, God, could I call him? Is it going to be a breach of interest? But I said, no, I just got to reach out to this man.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's a breach of anything. I'm operating innocently. I mean, at some point, I'm going to have to talk to you, unless I decide, hey, this doesn't amount to anything. But but I would call you to let you know it didn't amount to anything.
There you go. Yeah,
I wouldn't keep you in the dark of it. So just hearing your side of it is at some point, if it goes any further, I'm going to have to ask you for your statement, for your truth, for what you want to call it, so that can be presented to the grand jury if it goes that far. But if it's a thing that we can settle peacefully, amicably, in honor, then we want to do that. But I'm going to say this to you, Wayne, too. I do not know anybody in my lifetime, and I'm not saying you, but anybody in my lifetime that has been accused of something that says, for all intents and purposes, says, you got me. Everybody always starts off saying, I'm innocent. Everybody always says that. Then they relent a little bit later on as the evidence comes out. So I'm just telling you that you telling me that you're not, that these are all these kinds of things, I'm just going, okay, I'll take it for face value. And I hope for your case, in your situation, you are found not guilty, if you will.
All I want is the truth and facts to come out, and I get it. If there's anything I'm not going to tell you one way or the other. Just let it come out.
Right.
That's all I want. Truth
Absolutely. And that's what I want for you too, Wayne. Believe me, I truly, truly do.
Right on. Okay, so I will bring to. There's not a whole lot to give. It's just here's what was given, but I'll put together what was given.
Well,
to
it's not fair to you, Wayne, to respond to. I mean, I think you have to be prepared with your truth. But right. I mean, if they come out and they say, "Hey, you stole $5," then you go, "Which one did I steal? Where did it happen?" "Oh yeah, I did that one. Okay, here's $5 back. I gotta apologize." Right. I mean, it can be $5 and maybe it's 15. I don't know.
It's perfectly fine. So it'll come out that whatever comes out is truth, and I'm okay with whatever comes out. I'm just waiting for it to come out so I can put this to bed, whatever it is.
Right. I think everybody wants that.
You
I mean,
know,
based
like-
on the emails that I was privy to yesterday that you sent, that I got connected to on the distribution list, I think the Federation wants to put this to bed too.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, and I'm not going to inundate you with any long history because it doesn't belong in this right
Right.
now.
That's right.
It just does not belong here yet.
It does not belong. All I'm trying to do is reel it back into California. Let's take care of it here without any outside interference.
Gotcha. Okay, beautiful.
All right,
Okay.
Wayne. All right. I hope I answered your questions, buddy.
You got it. Thank you very much.
You bet. God bless you and have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you.